them in a cat dissection and then in a model of the human body. Write the important function of each. I want y'all to, be able to identify them. So, digestive glands. I lose my prose again. Okay, if y'all want to come up here like the cat, you're more than welcome to. I can't, this is a big video, I can't hold them up and show y'all. If not, you can just rely on some videos. Okay, so it starts with the digestive glands. Start with the salivary glands. Where do you think those are? No. In your mouth. So they're outside the jaw. So salivary glands are back here.
Say back the jaw? Or just like near the jaw?
They're outside the jaw. They're back here. Like you can, when you eat something sour, you can feel the salivary glands. And then you have the gastric glands. Where do you think the gastric glands and your gastric juices are? Your stomach. So they're glands inside of the stomach, which is this thing right here. That's the stomach. So the gastric glands are in here. Then you have your...
How would you ask that on the practical? As far as the
put
glands
a pin in the stomach and say what pins are in here.
What gland?
Or, what? Did I say what pins? Yeah, what glands are in there?
The blue one.
Then you have this organ. What is this organ? Liver.
No, just kidding.
This is the liver. And you have underneath there, you have your pancreas, which is, here it is. There's your pancreas. That thing.
That's not the stomach?
No. This is okay. More than likely, y'all, I want to ask you pancreas. Just so y'all know. Okay, then the intestinal glands. Where do you think those are? Right here. That's all the intestinal glands. They're in there. Okay, digestive tube or alimentary canal or gastrointestinal tract. I would definitely know the name of that. If I gave you the components and asked you what canal or tract or tube is this in, be able to label it.
Yes, so you need to know all of them or just know one of them?
No, just be able to label them.
Oh wait, just label these?
Know the overall heading, and then, you have to be able to point those out. So, the esophagus. The esophagus is underneath the trachea. So if I pin something that's underneath here, we didn't dissect it out, that's where the esophagus is. And this, of course, is your trachea. So underneath here is your esophagus. And then we have what I showed you earlier. This is the stomach. That big old thing. Pretty empty stomach. Then we have the duodenum, ileum, and I need you guys to add in jejunum. I will write it on the board for spelling. If you guys want to see it, you can just write DJI, I guess, right now. But duodenum is the part of the small intestine that actually meets the stomach. So if you go to the stomach and you start with small intestine, duodenum's that first part. So if I pin the small intestine right next to the stomach, you better call it duodenum. The next part that's not on your sheet is called the jejunum. J-E-J-E-N-U-M. So that's the middle portion of the small intestine. So if you follow these around, probably right around here is the jejunum. It's the middle portion of the small intestine. Then if you keep going, you get the ileum, which is the bottom portion. The last portion of the small intestine. So once you follow the small intestine, it runs into the large intestine. Where it runs into the large intestine, you have this little bump here, this little ball. That ball is the cecum.
Ball on large intestine.
So you have small intestine and large intestine. This little, there you go. That right there is your cecum.
It connects the small little large.
No, it's just right at that connection. It's part of the large intestine, the cecum is. Okay, then let me see what we got. So then we need to find the appendix, which we haven't dissected all this out. I don't know what the other lab used then. So for right now, until I dissect this out, you need to go to the cecum, and the appendix is actually going off of the cecum. Looks like a little tail coming off of the cecum. Okay, then you have the colon. So in the large intestine, the colon is the end of the large intestine, so it's down here. And then the rectum is the last muscular part of the large intestine, so it's down here. You'll know where your rectum is. More than likely, I would ask you a question about rectum.
Have you seen semi-pro?
But yeah.
Genum.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it punches him in genum to make him throw up.
Yep, I've seen them. Yep.
I didn't realize that was real.
Oh, it's real. It's real. Now you can tell people that. I'm gonna punch you in the gym. Says that a lot in
Make them
this
throw
movie.
up.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, like, it really does. I'll Google it for you, though.
Alright.
Okay, then you have the accessory structures. So, in your liver, you have this nice little popped thing right here. It's kind of popped. That is your gallbladder. It's like a balloon that's been popped. So that is your gallbladder right here.
On the list.
It's in between the lobes of the liver. That's the gallbladder. And then you have, let's see, your ducts. Okay, so then you have your ducts. These are not dissected out. I was trying to dissect them out on here, but they're not totally done. So, if you see, here's your gallbladder, the little bubble, and there's this duct right there coming out of it. That is your cystic duct, if y'all need to see, reach around. So the duct that comes out of the gallbladder, this is your cystic duct. And then you have ducts that come out of the side of the actual liver. There's 2 of them